to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. Buckle up. Rough roads ahead. Our timing is still off because I didn't buckle up when I said buckle up. That's a sign that the timing is off. Timing is very important. That's how we stay safe, happy, and all that stuff. It's actually a curse, throwing somebody's timing off. Headspace and timing is very important. I'm not lying. God puts this stuff everywhere. Well, God, when an angel enters into a body, one of the things God wants to happen is the angel go to the military somewhere, if possible, get some of that training. So God puts stuff in military stuff. Negotiating the parking lot here. So, it's a weekend. People could be drunk here. So I was looking at my Torah project. I contacted somebody to find out if they had bigger lions because I made the Torah bigger. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's just something I was looking at. Apparently, they can't make those specific lions bigger. She actually has winged lions too, but they don't have any arms and hands that extend out from the body. They're tucked in at the sides, and that doesn't work for what I need. That's where that song came from. She was telling me that she needed sun to take photos of some other things she's going to list, and I said, "We'll try this. Maybe that'll work." So I measured out a few things. Looks like the 1.5-inch discs are going to work because the total width at the kind of base point is going to be 3 inches. So 1.5 inch and 1.5 inches, 3 inches. So the two discs will simulate the bottom handle and spindle of the Torah. Hey, now what was that? Moving around in the van here. All right, drive-by shootings just came up. Let's heal that. I was thinking, something funny to say, witty to say, and I was thinking, if this van's rocking, no, I can't say that. What rhymes with rocking? And God goes in there, glocking. If this van's glocking, don't be knocking. So again, I got a vision with that. It was drive-by shooting. That's the actual hard part about healing is figuring out what to heal and when to heal it. And of course, the only person that knows that is God. Yes, you'll find Jesus and I speak alike yet different. theoretically my spiritual brother, and maybe yours too. I don't know. I just don't know any of you. I don't know you. Well, the planet won't progress. There's a lot more information. And actually, if you read what Jesus said and you read about Kabbalah and all that, it all fits together. So when we get to like space, because space exists, right? You know that exists. Isn't it an illusion? No, the Earth is round and all that's fake. Or the Earth is flat, I mean. For the Earth is flat and all that's fake. So again, Satan's busy all over the place. All sorts of things that confuse people. So when we get to the idea, I mean, I went through a training course, God's training course for like years. Pretty much the first decade, the second half of the first decade of this year. Of this century. I mean, my whole life was a training program, but I didn't have the keys to the training that I received until I woke up. And there's a cosmic side to all of it. Again, people that know anything about Jesus, Bible, Kabbalah. Again, it's funny because Christians will say wonderful things about Jews, but if I speak about Kabbalah, the real Kabbalah, they go, "Oh, New Agey." Yeah, but those are the Hasidic Jews that you like worship, and the others, the Baal Lubavitch, Baal. So guys like, and the upper lights and all that, I'm like part of everything, and it's okay because maybe you're part of everything. I don't know. I don't see any of you. I don't know you. Again, there's a lot of illusion on this planet. I thought I knew some of you, but you turned out to be devils. So Jesus, everybody that's on this planet, every creation that's ever lived here, theoretically, and I don't think there's anybody that's not, however, is a heavenly body. Now, one thing you have to do is you have to go to, I don't know if the Hindus have this or just the Hare Krishnas, and they can be seen as Hindus, but there's some differences. But yet they are Hindu, because Hinduism began as like the 12 tribes. Everybody worshiped differently, but worships this same God. Now, it kind of went off in different directions, and, people tried to take over, so it got a little confusing. I know intelligent Hindus. I mean, I met him briefly, but of course, the connection and all that. One was a physicist. He's probably one of the more important ones. He's just probably still like kind of a nobody in the world of physics, but he knows how to apply it to spirituality. So he wins. Loses on Earth, probably. He probably has a better life than me. A lot of Indian people do have a better life because they support one another. Now, you can get into the other side of it, too. I mean, they do really dirty and bad things to Dalits and untouchables. So everybody is a heavenly body. So when I say that, I'm not trying to take anything. And it's not New Agey. It's just we are many things. Everybody that knows anything knows Jesus is many things. But he's not the only one. Am I disgracing Jesus? The evidence is that Jesus is not God, based upon what he said. Let be a lot of other things. Again, I know God inside. And I've said this also, that are you going to go here? I'm just going to sit at this green light. The light turns green, they continue to stop. You got to heal the police department and the intersections around it. Probably the bank and the post office over here. That's the next there. Wasn't going to call it out, but you got to heal this area. It's all messed up spiritually. It kept saying Rose. I'm like, well, I'm not going to say Rose Hill because, it's before Rose Hill. And then I almost hit the curve at Rose Hill. I'm like, the median. I'm like, what is that? Because it's grabbing, it spiritually grabs you. So again, you remember there's a lot going on energy wise versus what people think everybody's making a choice. It's much easier to be a police officer if you understand what I'm saying and apply it. Well, if you understand that it's just a bunch of energies healing and cursing and all that playing out in people's lives, you'll see people having issue, even if they're a criminal, they're victims of something. Victims of Satan to begin with. So the progression is supposed to move forward where we understand a lot more. Again, looking at what Elon Musk has come up with, upon awakening, I came up with that. But I don't know if God's going to honor an escape plan at this point. That actually did come from God. There are several, and I've seen him use several of my things that I came up with. We might actually be able to do something with Earth. By the time it happens, and I don't know, maybe it happened earlier now, but and it may be something that just kills us all, But the thing to realize is we may be able to actually turn Earth into a spaceship. Now this is going to like trip Musk out. This is one of the things where we actually designed engines that could, when the sun starts blowing up, we blast off and Earth is a big spaceship. It's very possible. We can do it with something smaller too. Lasso and what do they call those things? An asteroid. Put engines on it. It's possible that we may be able to, because everything's going to change once that happens. We'd have to probably move out before the sun went. But. All right, fire Earth up. Who knows what technology we come up? We're always. You have to remember this is the way to do it to unlock things. You have to remember you're still leeching blood from people. You can't see it, but you are. And once you get to that point of mindset, instead of reveling in your wonderfulness and how advanced you are, then you'll realize how far behind you are. And of course, some people do that. They hear me, oh, that's all I have to do? Are you God? No, don't say that. I'm not God. If you can hear me in your head, I am not God. Don't worship me. But I know God, and I'm God's friend. I bring gifts from God. Are you extraterrestrial? Kinda. I would be buying from this place if you paid me. See, they tried to mess up me saying something, but I've said it before. So when I say it, they curse it. And then when I try to say it again, in other words, sometimes I'll completely forget about it for a while. But then when I do get to say it again, it comes out jumbled. But that proves that excited utterance is bullshit. They can actually will excited utterance. The license plates are here. They all point to me. I'm taking over your community. All the license plates speak about me. Well, the cops voted me king. They got power on a platform, a spiritual platform above everyone else. Probably commensurate with church, if church were real. Yeah, if you're in a car with me, look at a plate there. That speaks about me. Look at the one over there. I'm not a legend in my own mind. I'm a legend in God's mind, and that's all that really matters. It's just like Jesus described it at the end. And, this is not his Father's kingdom. So there's limited things here that God can do. And again, Jesus wasn't here to tell us everything. There, he says at the end, there's greater works that you should do. He didn't say, "Oh, you'll kind of worship me all the time, and there'll be nothing else." That's Republican Jesus. He's humble, and he says you'll do greater things than I am doing, because we're gonna hook up and we're gonna get this energy field going. Oh, new agey, new agey. And well, Jesus was in the new age. Satan gets him to say the craziest stuff because Jesus was in the new age. He actually ushered in the new age. Now, I don't obsess over it, but there's something in the Bible that has not clarified yet. Now, KJV, I will be with you, I think it says, till the end of the age. Well, that's scary, but not scary. The other ones is till the end of the world. Some say the end of the world, some say the end of the age. So there's a lot that we have to do. Paul said, we're looking through a glass darkly, then I will know. But again, that means that there's some sort of progression. The end time speaks about a progression. It doesn't mean that it's going to get us anywhere physically. I think the awakening in the end times is for people to get forward with their mind. So when the end does come, they can deal with it. I don't know where I'm at. I'm just driving this way. Can't go too much further. I'm almost out of gas. Not out of gas, but I have to have a certain amount to return. No, where I live, I can't have an electric vehicle. Can't afford one anyway, unless you pay me what you owe me. And that's the bottom line. Now, pretty soon, I'm going to Google a location and see if there's one nearby. I have to come out this way for some reason. So again, sometimes God will just drive me because there's sporadic locations that we have to do something. Like today with that young child, that person was slated to die before 20 years old. Theoretically, that's not going to happen now that we healed it. So again, that's the real world. That's what's actually happening. It's kind of like Saint Nick, but it's metaphysical. Because Saint Nick did things secretly. I mean, I speak here and I say about things I do, but like that kid and his family has no idea what we just did today. And they might, if they hear, they may have seen something and something's doing better now, that kind of thing. Kansas is just great, man. Hopefully they don't ruin it. Wish my health was back. Although I do have to say, because I went through it with God, I go, why did you leave? Why didn't you come back? Well, when I left, it was pretty bad. And they see, they wanted me to hate Mormons because my last first sergeant was a Mormon, and he kind of did something kind of weird. I think he used power over me to mess up. Like, I probably shouldn't have left. Well, because if you really think about it, within a year, they were already operating me in that location. Well, the whole thing, I think it was the Army. It was just so messed up. Like, I was on orders to go to, like, when you reenlist, you get to go where you want, right? That's the key to reenlistment. Well, they put me on orders to Macedonia or something like that. And I had no say. That could have been somebody that did that. I don't know if it was a accompanied assignment or not. I can't remember. I'd have been in something there. I forget what it was. But see, they used me. They sent me to Macedonia, so my spiritually, I didn't know anything, but I'd go there and everything would work. We'd all ride around in our vehicles, and everybody would run away from us.